Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, I'm Whitney Moon. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. I'm going to put my lipstick on, all right? There you go. Get in sexy. There you go. Okay. Whoa. There we go. All right. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. If it doesn't resonate, don't worry. Let's start off with the old dice. 10th house, Capricorn. Okay, North Node kind of not knowing where to go. Double Capricorn. Wow. Okay. Wow. You know, I really feel like that's like somebody trapped between two devils and they don't know where to go. And the Crow deck, I just noticed, had been interrupted. I had accidentally put another deck in between. So I kind of feel like the Crows wanted to speak, like something unjust was done. And now that I'm thinking like, two devils, somebody's in between, laying in between two devils. Look at all these came in reverse. Community, wrath, and warning. I can't lie if I tried. Hi, Mikey. What's going on? Okay. Community with warning and wrath. All in reverse. So Spirit is trying to warn you. Yeah, sacred space. Okay, that somebody has gotten into your sacred space. So like into your head, into your life, into your bed. And I don't know if they're like possessed, like people of authority. Balance. Okay, so wow. All right. This is like, you ever heard that saying, stuck between a rock and a hard place? This would be that reading for sure. Okay, so I think what someone is, the warning that somebody is getting is to not leave their sacred space unattended or, I mean, okay, so you could, you know, live in a boarding house or something where you've got two people on either side of you. You could live in an apartment building or something like that. Somebody is angry with you about, I don't know what it is. I don't even know if it's anger, more or less like they're just targeting you for something. Okay, and it's within your community. Because it's somebody in your community that doesn't speak for everybody else in the community, right? It's somebody that kind of got in there and really shouldn't be there. Somebody might have like falsified their information, said that they were something and really they weren't. Okay, and Spirit is like, if you just get this overwhelming feeling to stay home from work, to stay home from school, to just stay home because you feel like something is going to happen if you leave your house. It like, try not to allow it to be like a paranoid disability, but there might be some type of, like, Spirit might be trying to kind of tip you off. that somebody's watching, somebody's lurking, somebody's around, and they want to take something out of your sacred space. Like what is in their sacred space is 4 eggs. Okay, so the crows are over top, they're protecting them, right? That's something that they don't want stolen, right? So it's like, how do we devise a plan to always watch over it, but we still have to eat, we still have to fend for ourselves, we still have to protect our territory. There's still things we have to do. We can't just sit in the nest all day long, right? So spirit is like, I mean, this comes through quite a bit, and I always love to say to get cameras. Because cameras are something that I know it's such an invasion of privacy, and depending on why you need it or how you need it, they can also massively save your life. Even if it's just pointed at your fucking driveway or just in the backyard where the doors are, you know, like it doesn't have to be an invasion of your life, but it's like, it could really help you. There was this, you know, because a lot of people, they'll get the cameras that have security systems. So if you're out and about, you'll physically get an alert if somebody's tipped the camera off, right? So there's been a lot of people that have been able to kind of stop themselves from getting home invasions because they're at work, they get this notification, okay, and they just happen to be there with, because I mean, let's face it, people don't really leave their phone, okay, too far away from them, and it's like, I just got, and then like I've actually watched people on camera scare people off, right? Because they're watching. Like people have learned now to watch their shit. If you want it, you have to protect it. Okay. And there's going to be a lot of warnings to protect the shit that you want to keep in your life. Okay. And it's not, there's a perspective. It's like change. I almost feel like spirit is like, open up your perspective on between two devils. Okay. Because the thing is that the two devils that you're sitting between, one of them is going to look like the devil and the other one is going to look like an angel. Okay. And you have to decipher which one is good and which one is evil. And sometimes the ones who even look good are evil. Okay. Just because they look a certain way, present themselves a certain way, it doesn't mean they're not of pure evil. Okay. So spirit is like, maybe it's warning in reverse, because it's one of those, take caution, take note that somebody is around. And I feel like you know who this is. I feel like you know the house. Like sometimes in a community, there's always that one house and you're like, fucking, there's too many people that live in there, or like that's the boarding house, or like that's the, you know, like house where men go after, you know, they get out of jail or something like that, right? It's like focusing on one house. And I hate to say that, I hate to do that, but sometimes it is as obvious as that. Okay. And those people sometimes fall back on very unhealthy patterns. So if you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, protect yourself. Okay, don't just go by what somebody looks like, or fucking, you know, somebody, you know, appears to be a great person. They're always looking out for the community. They're always around, right? They're always warning you like, hey, watch out for this person. Hey, I saw somebody around your shit. They want to appear like they're the neighborhood watch. They're the ones that watch everything, but they're watching everybody so then they can get in between the cracks. And actually, I was wondering if this was going to come up. Okay, so my sister and I just drove out of town and went to the Mandarin. I don't know if you know where that it's like a Chinese buffet, okay? And we don't have like Chinese buffets here, so we always go to the specific one like out of town. So we decided to go there and eat lunch. And this time it was a little bit weird. Like we were off, we weren't getting food at the same time. She left her purse at the table, which like she never does. Usually we're always getting food at the same time and always walking around together at the same time. But for some reason, this time was a little different. And the lady put us beside this family, a very, very large family. Like, you know, those families that just look like a bunch of Amazons. Okay. It was a family like that. And this man walked in, okay, with this plate of food. Like, I swear it was like piled on. And I looked at my sister. I was like, dude, if I ate that much food, like I would be like extremely uncomfortable. Like I would have to go to the hospital. Like I can't, oh my God, we ate like nothing, but whatever. We enjoyed it. Doesn't matter. So I'm eating, and all of a sudden I see him grab the plate of food and throw it into a container under his jacket. And I mean, I don't know if you know buffets, but your waitress and the waitresses are going around your food all the time because they're always worried about the people who are trying to steal food and put it in plastic bags and take it, like old women. This was like a fucking full family. Okay. And I was wondering if this was going to come up today. I was like, because like Spirit was kind of, I don't know, something was kind of saying like, you should tell on that man, you should tell them that he's stealing food. And I'm like, not my restaurant, not my problem. I didn't fucking whatever. Just because I saw him take it doesn't mean I gotta fuck it. I'm not a narc, okay? I'm here to put away bad guys, not people who take food from an all-you-can-eat buffet. Why the fuck do I care? Don't, okay? So I was like, and then I told my sister, I was like, oh my God, that guy just stole food. Like, what the fuck? He knew that I saw him. And then he was really worried I was gonna tell. And I'm like, buddy, I'm not gonna fucking tell you. And this is kind of it. Okay, this is the reading. So I've been kind of noticing that the readings lately, there's been somebody that has been able to get through the fine line of something, okay, either taking more money and claiming that it just seems to be people are hiding things, and it's not been recent. It's like been a long time coming, okay, that these people have been hiding things, and these people have been doing things under the radar for way too long. All these devils, all these demons, all these people that have massive possession inside of them that are physically forcing, this rage out on collective for just absolutely no reason, because they're just angry with themselves, okay? It really has nothing to do with us, but it's their own battle. But for some reason, they involve us all the time, right? When they come into our space and start taking things, okay, that don't belong to them. So Spirit is like, it might not be the biggest home raid ever, but there's definitely some type of warning that you're getting like pickpocketed. Okay, your boss might be taking hours from you. Okay, like there was this one really shady place, and right away, all the girls were like, write your hours down because he is going to steal. And on my first paycheck, motherfucker was off like 20 hours. 20. I came to him and I was like, 20 hours. And he's like, calm down. And I'm like, I'm not even mad. I don't know where my paycheck is. Calm down. I'll deal with it. Calm down. I hate when people do that shit. When like all you do is simply bring them something and they immediately tell you to calm down. It's like, sister, you have no idea. This is a 0 right now. Like, you want me to go to 10? I can get there pretty quick. You may want to sit down before I break your face. Okay? Like, it's something like that. Like, maybe somebody eventually, this is just going to piss you off. It's going to get to the point where maybe you're going to get violent. Like if you know that someone's doing something over and over and over again, but you can't prove it. Okay, that's another thing. If you can't prove it, and the way that this man sat so he could steal food was he sat with his back against the camera. Like I said, he was a big man, so he could hide what he was doing. He knew exactly where to sit and exactly where all the cameras were so he could steal with nobody looking, yet waitresses everywhere. Okay, people are con artists. They know how to do this. And then they've got this wrath about them. Like if you see them, you're the bad guy. Like you're going to tell them, like you're the one that's doing the crime when you're the only, like, you just saw it. Like calm down. Okay, you just saw them do it. There's no wrath there. Okay, so there is some type of like little bit of a warning that somebody crept into your community and might not be who you think they are. Okay, and because you're so balanced, you can see the unbalancedness of this situation. That's the thing. Like, try not to take warnings to stay home and stuff like that as something to be feared, because it really isn't. It's like Spirit has your back. If they know that somebody is scheming to get your shit or has been on your property a few times or whatever, you will be a little bit of a paranoid mess for a bit, and like take that as a sign that someone's got your back. Like paranoia isn't for no reason. Okay, if people who have paranoia, they have it for a reason. They're doing something wrong. Okay, so if you're not doing anything wrong and you're living the sweet life, you're living the good life, and you keep getting this like red radar, almost like stir of echoes, you're getting this red sign not to do something, you might just want to like not do it. I mean, it's not going to be the end of the world, right? It could be maybe you go away every last weekend of the month, okay, and somebody has noticed. Okay, that's what Spirit has to say. Somebody's noticed. Okay, and they know that you go away for 2 days, or they know you go away for 2 nights and 3 days. They know you always come back on the 3rd day at 4 o'clock. Okay, it's something like that, right? It's like a lot of the time with the crows, they'll talk about changing your routine, right? Changing something up, because unfortunately, a routine is amazing if you can get into it, but if you've got snooty little nosy neighbors that are watching you, then a routine can be deadly. A routine is just lining you up to get fucking fucked with, right? That's why I never liked 9-to-5 jobs. I always lived alone for the most part of my life. And I didn't like 9-to-5 because I never wanted to have a set schedule. I always enjoyed working different shifts every week because nobody could ever follow me. I mean, I had quite a few stalkers, okay? And I still have, to this day, stalkers. And it's something I've just learned to deal with. And that's why I switch my routine up. I will leave jobs every, 4 to 6 months. Sometimes I wait a year. Sometimes I don't. It just depends if, people find me, stuff like that, right? Like it's a pain in the ass, but it's like you have to keep yourself safe. Okay, you have to keep yourself safe. Which is why I have cameras. My sister and I can't leave this place and feel safe. So we have to, if we both leave the house at the same time, we turn on the cameras. Okay, next message. Okay, so I have not seen all of these scary movies. That is the Horror Oracle, but I'm slowly learning a little bit. Okay. Plus, sometimes I just kind of go with the card, what the card's telling me, not really what the meaning of the card is all the time, right? Every medium is different. Everybody does this. But my sister recently told me about this movie. It's called Nastafarius or something, or Nastafari. I don't know. Something. I forget what it's called. I don't know what it's called. Anyways, something like that. It's an older movie. Okay. It's really old. Anyways. This guy, apparently, his wife dies. Somehow, I don't know, I think she's murdered or something like that, and he avenges the fuck out of her death, okay? And he goes on a killing rampage, okay? Then we have Frankenstein, who is brought to life and then kind of gets attacked, okay? But turns into this, being, okay? Kind of like iRobot. I almost feel like iRobot is kind of like a spin-off of Frankenstein, but that's just me. Okay, and then we have Curse with the Ring, okay, and then with Obsession and Wonder of the World. So, I think, okay, the way that this is going is I was watching this interview with this woman the other day, and she has had an awful marriage, and the thing is that it's not like abusive or anything, but it's literally like a very tragic romance that she has with another person. And she says that the reason why she'll never divorce him is because she is a tragic love song, and that's what she wants. She wants tragic love, okay? And the thing is that people either know what love is or they don't, and people want to think that they do. And those are often the people that say that they know everything about love, but really, really misunderstand it. And they're the ones that seem to be forcing it more than actually enjoying it, which is, again, why they really don't know what they're talking about. But they think they do. So they make movies about it, and they make presents about it and holidays about it, because that's what they think that love is, which is totally fine. If that's what you think it is, totally fine. If you think love is Valentine's Day, awesome. But there's other people that are like, okay, there's that, and then there's real love, okay? There's like, okay, Valentine's Day and then Valentine's Day gone wild. Okay, there's people that can appreciate your life with somebody, and it's Valentine's Day every fucking day, okay? Like, it doesn't have to be one day of the year. Thanks. Okay, so I feel like somebody, I don't know if you've had a bad life or if you're going through something right now, but somebody is like watching you. Okay. And they're watching you carry this curse around, whatever. I don't know what you have on you, but clearly maybe you might not even have you might not even know what you have on you, but you have some type of massive negative energy that wants to kill you, wants to unalive you, wants to take you out, doesn't want to see you happy. Right. But there's this person that's now got like somehow you've gotten somebody's attention, and now they're watching what people are doing to you. So I don't know if they're having dreams about it. I don't know if they're watching you, and they're just listening to these things and going like, you just think it's regular life, but they're looking at it like, that's not regular life. That's not what people go through. But to you, it's just normal. Okay. That you've got somebody very intrigued. And it seems like no matter what they try and do, they kind of can't seem to turn the channel off of you. And it's not like, I'm not getting some giant obsession with it. I feel like somebody's more intrigued than anything. Okay. That they could freak out and leave if they wanted to, because I think that what they're seeing is something that is a lot heavier than what they've ever experienced. Like when you think about King Kong, I don't know if you've watched this version or not. It's got Adrian Brody in it. Okay. The way that she deals with Kong, like she sees a soul in something that you wouldn't think had one. Okay. But the thing is that sometimes things are hard for other people to see. And for that one person, they see it immediately, right? There's people that are meant for people. There's people that notice things about other people, whereas some people will just walk by you. Those people who just walk by you or just walk by your book or your cause or your store or your whatever it is you're doing, they're not meant for you. There's always going to be those people that are attracted to what it is you're doing. So, I mean, we all have a fight to fight, okay? And there's always something in our path that's trying to stop us. And for this person, it's like maybe they were part of the film crew that went off on this journey to find something bigger than anything they'd ever seen in their life. Because once they come around Kong, it's like those people have never seen anything like that before. It's not like, oh yeah, we've seen a million giant gorillas running around and a bunch of fucking dinosaurs. No. People have never seen that shit in their life. Okay. This person has never, I don't know, maybe you're going to meet somebody that they have never seen a person like you. And maybe it could be because they see something of themselves in you, which would be what this whole movie is about. I just don't think you are dead. I think you're alive. Okay, which is a little bit not what the movie is about because you're still here, but it doesn't mean that. Look at that. There's midnight. This was on the bottom of the deck. I didn't take it because I didn't really think I needed to. But that's Gremlins. That's midnight. Something is going to change. There's suspicion. I kind of feel like this. Okay, so I feel like what do I feel? It's almost like somebody is I don't know. Okay, maybe you know this person and you're like, well, I knew you had it in you. Like I don't know, like somebody that's just stone cold. Okay, you know those people that make those videos and they're like, my dad never wanted a dog and he always yelled at me, and then you get this puppy and you put it on its lap and then dad's like, and like starts crying, okay? But it's like the toughest, most meanest dad in the entire world that's like never smiled a day in its life, and then this puppy just like brings something out in him. It's like that. That's what I'm getting. It's like you bringing something out in somebody just by naturally being yourself, and you wouldn't have never have thought that would happen, but it's not like you didn't want to try, okay? There's escape, Pan's Labyrinth. It's like she knows, like she can stay with El Capitan. She can stay there with her mother. She can stay there being miserable and attached to something that she doesn't want to, or she can try to get out of it, okay? And I kind of feel like that's what this is. Like she didn't have to go out and specifically find Kong when she knew he was loose. She didn't have to go and do that, but she did it because she knew that, she loved the goddamn thing already, right? Sometimes we fall in love with things quickly, okay? And it's not an obsession. It's more of like, okay, well, I would die for you. I would kill for you. I would do things for you. And like, what would you do for a puppy? If somebody fucking hurt your dog or something like that, like you're telling me that you wouldn't at least go to the person's door or fucking throw a rock through the window, right? Like if you were like, that's why you now get this thing, because now it's like, now the universe knows that, if you went missing or if something happened, this person would put up missing flyers. I mean, they would care enough to try to find you or try to find it, because again, it's something that it's like you're intriguing them to open up a space that they never have before. It's kind of like the way I was with my snakes. What up, Diane? Okay. Like I was kind of like scared to like really love, and then it just kind of started coming naturally. And I just started trusting them. I had to trust them. Like, they're babies. They're still babies. Okay. They're only like a year old, right? So they're still tiny. And I had to put so much trust in them that I'm going to watch them, but still let them do what they want. And it's like, it really does something to you, right? When you trust something else, because you have to, love has to be one of those kind of like, it's not really giving and taking, it's more about just giving. And the result of that giving is what you receive from the relationship, right? Like people who think that it's about giving presents and stuff. Speak of the devil, my snake just... Oh my God, she's out now. Hi, sweetie. What you doing? Okay, honestly, you guys, I'm going to take her out for a second so you guys can see her, okay? Because I don't think people have really seen the black one before. Hi, baby. What are you doing? Do you want to come out for just a second? And then I'm going to put you back, okay? Because I'm live right now and I'm working. Yes, I'm working. I'm working right now. But you're making all this noise. Hey, what you doing? Ooh. No. Come here. Come here. Ooh. There she is. So this is her. Like, we don't want to burn you. So this is my king snake. I've had her on. I haven't had her on for a long time. Oh, she doesn't want to look at the camera. But see, look at, she's just little. She's just little. Hi. Hi. Say, if anybody did anything to her, I would kill them. I would kill them. Yes. She loves being a part of the readings. She did a couple readings when she was a couple months ago, didn't you? What are you doing? Yes. I'm in the middle of a reading. Look, there's everybody right there. She just ate yesterday, so she is not hungry. But this is my little one. If anybody did anything to her, I swear to fuck God, I would kill them. Okay? This is my life right here. Right? This is my child. She has this little tattoo under her chin, and it's a butterfly. It's actually a moth, and it's white, and I'm hoping it stays there forever. I'm gonna get it tattooed. It's on the bottom of her chin. I told you she was born with a tattoo. Cause she's badass. Is he badass? Yes. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Okay, you want to stay out for just a minute? I know. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Oh, I know. And I'll have my hair up. Hi, sweetie. Yes. Hello, baby. Hello, baby. I'll put you back now, okay? Yes. I'll take you out again, okay? I'll take you out again. All right, we just had to, I haven't seen her for a couple of days, so I'm going to put you back now. I'm going to take you back out again, okay? She's probably so confused because I never take her out for just 2 minutes and then put her back. But I tell you, like, I would turn into this motherfucker if anybody, actually, no, this motherfucker if anybody ever did anything to that snake. All right. Like, woo, hoo-wee, baby. All right. So I don't know. You got somebody in feels like that. Or maybe you're going to feel like that for something coming into your life. All right. Fun fact for you. Feelings are such a beautiful thing when used properly. Okay, let's do the dice again. Ooh, Libra. I feel like is that Uranus? Yeah. Oh, I haven't channeled Uranus since tattooing it on my leg, which was like a month ago. So good job, Uranus. Finally coming through. That's Aquarius energy. Ooh, we got double air. And then second house would be Taurus with possessions, money, self-worth, substance. Sudden inspiration. With Libra. I'm like, kind of makes me think that it's like sudden justice over money. Like, honestly, some of y'all don't even know, but you have been working and not getting paid nearly enough, okay? And justice is finally here to say that it's like minimum wage is increasing, you know, like figuratively speaking, okay? Figuratively speaking, suddenly you're going to be making a lot of money. Or you're going to get a lot of possessions, okay, coming quick. Third-party interference with the bouncer card. Okay, well, that makes sense. Then Spirit or you have gotten rid of some type of third-party interference that has been siphoning money from you, okay? There's prophecy with mercy. I feel like whoever these people are that have taken money from you, they gave you no mercy, okay? No mercy at all. Like, I mean, they just wanted quick fixes. They wanted quick tucks. They wanted quick bills paid. They wanted quick money, all right? Maybe to pay for their assets, to pay for their possessions, to pay for everything that they have, right? And they weren't letting you have anything. Oh, now it's bringing me to this video I watched of this woman, and she did not want this baby. And she pulls up to her baby daddy place, and she's like demanding money. And she's like, take the kid. And he's like, I gave you money. And she's like, I don't have any clothes for blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I gave you money. And she's got her hair. Her hair is done. Her nails are just freshly done. She's got this slamming outfit on. And then she just picks the baby out of the car, just throws it onto the grass and leaves. And the guy just stands there like, all right, well, this is baby women out there. Like, fucking what the fuck? Like, how do you just act like that? How do you just take already from a child because you want your nails done and you want fucking new outfits and new shoes and you want to go out clubbing? Like, maybe should have thought of that before you had a fucking kid. But it's always such fun and games when people are pregnant, right? And they can control a man and everything is about them because they're the main person that's pregnant, blah, blah, blah. But then it's like once the kid is there and then the baby daddy ain't there no more, it's like that woman doesn't want that kid. The spotlight's off of her. She wants it back on. She wants all the money. She wants all the finances. She wants you to make sure. And then she doesn't want the kid. She just wants the money. Okay. And what I realized is that's also the same with somebody that I know in my own family, okay, who has children just to get more baby bonus. Okay. She wants to sit at home with her mother. She wants to have kids so then she can be at home and take mat leave and baby leave and get more money from the government. And I mean, the fucking bitches are like, she's like 24 years old with like fucking 3 kids. It's like, what the fuck is wrong? Like, really? That's not how she was raised. But her mother doesn't want to work, entitled, very obese, at home, running around like she owns the fucking world. Okay? Literally. When what fucking woman doesn't even have a job. Okay? But she's got people paying her bills. She's got men giving her money. She somehow gets around the system. Okay? She's always got somebody to give her something while acting like a complete whore. Okay, so there's Fox Mulder and accidents. And the thing is that, let's be honest, an accident, there's no such thing as an accident. Okay, what is meant to be is meant to be. It looks accidental. Sometimes you don't mean to do what you do, but it's meant to happen. Like, there was this one time, I was a kid. I think I was like 7 or 8 years old. And my stepmother had just waxed the floors. Like, I fucking know what that means. I still to this day don't know what the fuck that means. I've never waxed any floors in my life. But anyways, they were ceramic tiles. So again, don't know what she was talking about. But I can remember we had this tall table and I was 8. So imagine like how tall an 8-year-old is. I'm only 5'5". So I was like maybe 5 foot at the time. Okay, like maybe. Actually, that's short. Okay. And my little arm, I was little. Okay. And I remember my hand, like I was trying to open something and my hand slipped and this glass of juice went everywhere. And I can remember being fruit punched because it was red and it went everywhere. I'm talking on the walls, on the floor. And little Cindy Lou Who, okay, went running to my father, tells my father I did it all on purpose. I'm just trying to fuck with her. My father comes racing downstairs. Blah, blah, blah. You did this to Cindy. You clean it up yourself. Tells my stepbrother and my sister to leave the room. Okay, Cindy goes running away crying. Oh, an 8-year-old, okay? Oh my God, an 8-year-old. And he leaves me to clean it all up myself. I didn't even know what I was doing. I was 8 years old, 7, 8 years old. Okay, I started bawling my eyes out. And then she was like, see, look at her. She's already crying. She knows what she did. I slipped, my hand slipped. But in her mind, I am always out to get her. Always. Okay? Even as an 8-year-old, 7-year-old, 39-year-old, I am out to only get Cindy. Nobody else. Just Cindy. Cindy is the only one on Whitney's radar. That's what she has said. And the sad part is that my father believes her. And if he doesn't actually believe her, he's just coddling her because he's married to her and he says he's stuck with her, so there's really nowhere else to go. Whatever the reason is, she still chooses to act like a victim in a situation where an accident has happened. Because in her eyes, that wasn't an accident. I purposely did that. As an 8-year-old, I purposely did that. I knew she waxed the floors and I did it on purpose. I was like, I didn't even know how to act that way. I didn't know how to be vindictive that way. I didn't know how to be that way. I still don't know how to be that way because I don't do things out of spite to people. Even though it might look like I am, it might look like I'm a bitch. What, because I'm good looking? You just assume that I'm out there to just hurt people all the time? And that's what my stepmother said. Okay, she used my sister and I's looks as a defense. That we looked good. We were automatically looking to deceive her. We were looking to do this. We were looking to do that. We were the disgusting little girls that lived in her house and all this shit. And she got away with it. Because when people really work at it, when they really bust out a very fragile, immature man to get his children, they will. Because it doesn't cost that much. It just costs her some fucking pussy, okay, and lies for 30 years. That's all it's costed her. It's costed her nothing. She's got money out of it. She's got houses out of it. She's got my father out of it. She's got cars out of it. And just for spreading her legs. Because she is absolutely of no use other than pussy to my father. But she won't believe that because she actually thinks it's love. There's no fucking way. People just hang in shit because they don't want to move. Okay? And that's been my father. A complete idiot. Okay? Just hangs out in shit. Left side of the face. Oh, I just got a notification from Twitter from John F. Kennedy Jr. that said, left side of face, question mark, question mark, question mark. Like, left side, wouldn't that be like, okay, if I was punching, I would hit her on the left side because she'd be on the other side. Like, oh, and then with yes, like, I feel like this is just a total knockout. Like, this is a KO, knockout. Okay, whatever this person has done, whatever this person has worked their way into, they have done serious work as somebody who is the monster under your roof. Okay, acting like the accidents that you did because nobody was around were automatically charges against them, like defacement, like you purposely did something. When it's like, hey, when you're a kid, you know how many accidents happen? Like, accidents still happen in my life. I drop things, I smash things, I break things. Like, I have to buy a pipe that's so reinforced because you know how many times I drop this a day? Like 100. Okay, so I have to buy the best glass so that it doesn't break. Okay, I've learned to work with my stupidity leak. Okay, if everybody had learned the same thing, I don't think this idiot would have worked that hard to be such an interference to you if they would have known what was going to happen at the end. Because now I kind of feel like this person's going to be unalive. This person's going to be dead. Okay, there's no reason to keep them alive anymore. There's no reason to keep around you, which is why there's now sudden justice coming in with money. Because however way this currency is going to come in, whether you're going to get a different job that pays you more, or suddenly you're going to make more tips, or money's just going to start flowing in. You got donations, you got a store. Suddenly things are going to react. There's going to be justice for you, and it's sudden because it's Uranus energy. So it's like quick, it's already in the air, it's already coming down for you. It's going to be grounded in like no time. Okay, it's going to be grounded in spring. We are in spring, so it's being grounded right now. And it's this person that's been covering up that you've been purposely hurting their lives when anything that you did towards this person was an accident, but it was an organized, destructive accident to happen. That spirit knew, yo, we got your back. We know that you know that this was an accident. Like, spirit is well aware because of how your intentions are. Okay, so when I spilt that glass of juice, spirit knew I had no intention of hurting Cindy whatsoever. So why would Cindy say that? So it doesn't matter if she wants to make it up that I lied and I did this and I did that and I'm an 8-year-old and I'm just crazy and I just hated her. When spirit knows, we knew your intention. We knew you were just sitting there. We knew that you were asked to do something that you shouldn't have been asked to do, and then an accident happened because of it. It was all lined up because I think I was opening up a bag of chips. My father should have opened it for me, or my stepmother should have opened it for me. But because I was 8 years old, a grown adult in everybody's mind, I should have just been able to do everything all on my own, like a perfect little 40-year-old would do. I was 8. Okay, but she also, when she came into my life, I was 6 years old. She already said I was 20. Okay, she assumed that all the looks I gave her, there was some fucking little person behind me that was riding the wheel that just wanted to fucking hate her, when really I was like a 6-year-old that was just really fucked up. Okay, but when people want to take things personally, when they're in a position where they're the authority and taking things personally isn't in their agenda because they're the 40-year-old or they're the adult that should be taking care of shit and not going, it was personal. They rubbed shit on my car. Well, yours was the only car around and it was a prank. Not trying to, get you to go jump off the fucking cliff there or slit your wrists. I hate you so much. It's called a prank. Some people really can't even handle that. You're automatically trying to ruin their life. You got something against them. Oh my God. But they can do whatever the fuck they want to you. So just remember that if somebody has done something to you and you know what they've done and I kind of feel like now you have no explanation, no need to explain yourself to anybody. Like the way that I see it, the way that spirit is explaining it, whatever it is that they come to, whatever they say that you purposely did this, you purposely did that. Honestly, spirit knows your intention. And if they know your intention, it was already set as the intention. They had a power to reset that intention as if you were the asshole. So then they would look like the good person. So then they would look like the victim, that you were lying. You were the asshole. You can get grounded now. And then they get catered to afterwards, right? It was like somebody really wanted to use a situation to get somebody in trouble so then they can get all of the it's almost like all the attention at the end of the day, like, and it's really negative attention and it's really unnecessary attention. That's why it's like everything everywhere dies. That's a 6 feet underline. All right. Everything everywhere dies, because it's true. Nothing stays alive forever, no matter how much you try. And then it's like, okay, well, if you can't live forever, you might want to start making those amends, because if you're in your 60s, 70s, 80s, like late, you might not have a lot of time left. You might have all the time in the world, or you might have 2 days. Just saying. Okay. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. Ooh, 5-5 on the clock. 45. I like that. 9. Actually, the mirrored number today was 9119. So I don't know if that means something to somebody, but that's the mirrored number that I saw today. $91.19. All right, quick break, everybody. Go pee. You'll grab your snacks and your drinks, because I'm probably still going to be going on for at least another hour. There we go. All right, box of magic. Here we go. All right, first card. Ooh, this bitch. She seems to be coming up an awful lot. That's the angry mother from Hereditary. Toni Collette. I mean, she's a great actress, but she's a nightmare in that video. Upside down, Ace of Cups. Are you afraid of chasing? All right. Are you so afraid of crashing that it keeps you from riding altogether? The upside down Ace of Cups suggests that you aren't even entertaining the idea of exploring something. Okay, so somebody is, I don't know, maybe you're really mad at somebody. There's the Tower. Okay, maybe you're mad at somebody and the universe is like, okay, it's time to let bygones be bygones, okay? And actually, the end of Mare of Easttown, it was really nice because Kate Winslet, she's the main star, but her best friend, okay, she had to arrest some people that were really connected to her best friend. So she gave her best friend, like, you know, about a year or so. And then at the end of the show, you see her walking back to her friend. And it's like, sometimes people just need time, okay? Because you might have done something or said something, or you're right. But then once you give people some time to just chill out, I find that people that do something to you that hurt you, they tend to want you to forgive them right away. right? Not even giving yourself time to think about it or time to react to it or go through it. They just want the forgiveness right away. And it's like, well, you know, had the audacity to come and piss me off to begin with. I'm not just going to forgive you because you don't want me to be mad at you. Okay, that's not good enough. Okay, there's Mabon with balance. Mabon gifts us dark and light. Candles lit, one black, one white. Important to shine out far and wide and honor our shadow side. So something might have happened with this person where, I don't know, you might have told them a secret and they told people. Okay. There's The Exorcist. Okay. You might have, I don't know, had something wrong with you and they went and they told people. Okay. Something might have happened to you as a kid and they went around and they ran their mouth about you. They told people about you. Discipline. Okay, so I feel like this person has been disciplined. Okay, I feel like they have paid their debt. There's the Empress. It might have been this person. Okay, it might have been this Empress in reverse. Somebody around you. They could have been married. They could have made it seem like they were more important than you. Okay, and they got in their all high and mighty position and talked shit about you. Okay, there's the other side with Poltergeist. Somebody definitely went to the other side on you. Okay, and they shouldn't have crossed you like that. They shouldn't have gone against you. You have the right to be angry. Okay, but then there's the Sun where it's like, I think this person really is your friend, and I think that whatever it is you had to do, whatever the fight was that brought this on, I think it had to be brought on. I think it was natural to be brought on. So I think that if this person comes to you and says, like, listen, I'm really balanced now. Like, I've really got my shit under control. Like, I'm sorry for what I did. I'm sorry I went to the dark place. I didn't mean to go around telling everybody what happened to you or what you did or blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, can I be forgiven? It's one of those things. It's always, Spirit always says, use your caution, use your discernment. Because some people deserve second chances and other people don't. Okay, and if this is like the third or fourth chance, again, see how your feelings are on it and how your emotions are. You know, like, meet with this person, sit face to face with them, talk to them, and see how you feel. You know, like, if you're shaking and your anxiety's out of control, then there are things that this person has done that you might never heal from, right? Because now this person might have gave you PTSD. They might have done something to you. They might have given you an anxiety attack. They might have done something dangerous to you, right? And they think, okay, well, you should be able to forgive me by now. But at the same time, you might be saying, are you kidding? I might never forgive you. And that's the thing, is you might never forgive them. There is nobody that says you need to forgive somebody just because they say I'm sorry. Just because they say I'm sorry, I mean, why the fuck did they do it to begin with? That's the real question. If they can answer that question, well, why did you do it before? Because if I realize why you did it before, then, I mean, the odds of you doing it again for that reason, I mean, if you do it again for that reason, you'll never talk to me. And it's like, I don't like that fool me once, fool me twice bullshit scenario thing that people say to themselves. I feel like you can give somebody as many chances as you want if that's what you want. Like, some people are very forgiving and they know that people act out. They know that sometimes it's really just for attention. It doesn't even have anything to do with them. It just depends what the situation is. But the tower's coming down, which means the tower comes down to expose the sun. It's like the tower's been hiding the sun. Okay, because this tower got put up when this person did whatever they did to you. It put a tower between the two of you. And now the tower wants to come down. It's like, like a property fence, right? It's like somebody putting up their boundaries and being like, you can't fucking cross this line. And if you fucking think you can before 1 second, I feel like you can, then you're going to ruin it all again. So, like, I feel like this person is like walking on eggshells, and maybe that's what's pissing them off because they don't feel like they should be walking on eggshells. Again, like, just because they did the crime and they still kind of want to justify why they did it or not really realize, like, people don't really, I think sometimes they don't understand the feelings of people, and that some people actually do feel, and it's not just cut and dry, and it's not just, washed and cleaned. There's a stain, and I know what that stain is from. And some people, it's not just easy to get over things that stain and tarnish and scar up your fucking life like it is for somebody else. Okay. So Spirit is like, urge caution in yourself that just because now you can see the sun, well, now that you can see the sun, why does anything have to be rushed with this person at all? Just because they want it to. Okay. And now I'm getting a little bit of like Friends. I'm rewatching Friends. And Ross cheats on Rachel, and he expects, and because they were on a break, he just expects her to just get over it right away. And it's like, I know it's a show, but I'm just saying, like that's kind of true. Like you might have taken a break from somebody and they slept with somebody and you're like, what the fuck? Like, just because I said we were on a break, like you just go and jump under that. Like, what does that mean to somebody? That's the thing that sometimes you got to realize too, is like, they'll say, well, it was meaningless. And sometimes honestly for dudes, it really is. Okay. But if it's meaningless to sleep with somebody, to try to get over you, then it's kind of like, well, how much of the relationship was really even meaningful? Right? So again, Spirit urges caution. If it makes sense, awesome. If it doesn't, don't worry. Okay. That was a little bit of a tricky message. That was quick, too. All right, next message. That's what just fell down. Yes, with money. And then I heard that song. Money, 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 money. I'm like, both with purple. Okay, so we have another money reading coming in, but Spirit is saying that, okay, so money is definitely coming in, okay? So Spirit is like, don't lie to yourself. If this makes sense to you, okay, like, because you're almost finished school, or you're about to change jobs, or something's going to happen. It's like, Spirit is like, don't fool you, because I know these are collective and they're for different people, okay? But I'm getting, Spirit is like, don't lie to yourself. There's like, money has been seen in your future. Okay. I don't think billions of dollars, but definitely more than what you have now. Okay. So it's being seen in your future. And with the emotional as fuck card in reverse, I'm kind of feeling like this isn't something that I feel like if it's not emotional, then it's professional. If it's not emotional, it's professional. Guilt trip in reverse with homemade with love. Okay, so you're gonna, this might be a at-home business. Okay, and this might be some type of like jump for somebody, leap of faith, a little bit of a risque move to do. Okay, but they know that Spirit knows that you want to be at home. There's something that you want to do at home. There's something you really do, or something really good that you do that's homemade. It might not be at home, but it's homemade in some way. And I think someone's been really guilt tripping you out of doing this. And some of us have natural skills that we need to do things like build our own stores and have our own stores so then we can have our own product out there. Okay, it's called entrepreneurs and they kick ass. Okay, so there's God, God's organized destruction. So with the path in reverse, because I do kind of feel like this was something that I feel a little unexpected. Not really a path that you thought you were going to be able to go down, because I think every time you got this prophecy, it was more or less like, turn that off. Don't listen to that. That person's lying to you. You're never going to get there. You might have really like salty people around you, okay? Which is why it's like, of course, salty people would not want you to have your own career, okay? They would not want you to do anything on your own, okay? Halfway. Sorry. I have to set up these candles as they're burning, or I've become quite a professional with the candles, people, all right? So just give me a second here. All right, we good? Yeah. Oops. These were the best fucking candles I've ever found. Look at these sons of bitches. They're huge. They're like $3 a package at the dollar store. 15-hour long candles. They're amazing. How much were they? $3.25 for two 15-hour candles. Honestly, best goddamn thing I ever invested in a power outage in my life was these fucking candles. Like, oh, okay. Kiss the Girls with Bagul. I don't know where those cards came from. And then there's the Devil on the bottom of the deck with the Sun. Okay. Okay, so I feel like the universe is going to let you do this now. Okay, I feel like you were stopped from doing something. Okay, and now the universe is like, okay, well, you couldn't do it in the past, but you can do it now. The thing is that they know, again, with this intention, they know what your intentions are. Okay, so they know what you're planning on doing with what it is that you're planning the future on. So you've been evaluated already. That's why Bagul's here. He's already came and gone from your life. All right, whatever was being looked at or assessed in your life as you were the harm in something, or you were going to harm somebody, or you were going to do something to somebody, has all been labeled a hoax. Okay. I feel like people have lied on your behalf. They have said things on your behalf. I think people have seen this prophecy. I think they've seen what it is that you're supposed to be doing. Okay. It's just like nobody wants to admit it. And it's like, okay, you're all pussies. Like, not one of you people is going to say that this is what I deserve to do. Seriously, you're all going to just stand on that side and say no because none of you had the fucking balls to do it. Like, great. So nobody can do it, but yet these people are physically involved their life in people that have done the same move that you've done. But for some reason, because they know you can't do it. And that's like that, honestly, that's a very like narcissistic family. Well, if I can't do it, you can't do it. Like, okay. I remember that type of persona being in my personality as a child. So whoever these people are that are acting like because they don't have it, you can't have it. That's not how things work. Okay, because you are allowed things that these people aren't. There are things lined up in your karma that these people don't get to be a part of. So why is it that they feel like you don't get to have it, they do? Or they saw it in your future, but other people can do it and you can't. Like, that just seems like a hate. That just seems like something juvenile. That seems like they're deciding something because they just don't like you. And they're trying to guilt trip you out of it. Right? And they'll say like, well, we love you and we're going to try to tell you what's best because we care about you and we want you to do the right thing. Well, if they wanted you to do the right thing, then they would believe in the prophecy because I feel like you've already seen it, but they don't trust you. And that's the thing is like I said about my snakes, I have to trust them. Okay. It's trust is a back and forth situation with anybody you're working with, anybody you're living with, any dog you have, any animal you have to trust them. That's the whole part of it. Okay. That's how you build a relationship. Without trust, you have nothing. My parents never trusted me. My parents never trusted a word I said, what came out of my mouth, who I was with, what I was doing. Never. There was never any trust. Okay. So now it's like, I feel like there has been some type of investigation that's gone on that revealed that I think Spirit knows that these people are the ones that can't be trusted. Okay. These people have had some type of power over you and they've been abusing it. Okay, it's like being in the system or having a social worker or being on parole. All of a sudden, you get a worker, you get a caseworker, a parole officer doesn't like you, and now suddenly you're on their radar, right? You've lived this entire life or you've been on the radar every single fucking day, and then this person comes into your life and it's like, wow, they're just walking on eggshells and now I'm really going to push them in as if you already haven't been doing it your whole life. Like somebody really is like, you want to play God, you want to play the Punisher, you want to go out and you want to fucking start fights and take things away from people and take their money away and do this. And it's like, someone's always watching. Someone's always watching. Okay. And always have your back. Okay. And if somebody does something, or if you get cut off, or if there's a foul exchange, or you lose money, go do your research, because people are trying to say what you deserve, what you get, what you're to be served, what you deserve. And it's like, they don't have the right to say these things. So you're going to make a move coming in your future really quick. That the thing is that there is no path there yet, because if Spirit shows you the path, then it's automatically set up, because I don't know if these people have a fucking picture in your mind, but then they can see it. And if they see it, they're going to ruin it for you. Okay. It's like knowing that you have this job opportunity or this interview coming up or something coming up, and they see it written down in your calendar or written in your schedule. They go through your phone. It's like they're going to show up 5 minutes before you and take the job, or tell the person not to hire you or not to work with you or not to be around you. You're crazy. You're psycho. You're going to do something to them. You can't be trusted. This isn't a path they want to walk down. And sometimes, if people don't have the right information about you, they might take this fucking little lying ass piece of shit's opinion and go with it. So my Spirit is like, always double check your facts. Always. Okay. Somebody says something about somebody, fucking ask them. Okay. Don't be a coward. Somebody says something about somebody, don't fucking spread it around. Go and talk to them, right? Shut shame and hate down, because this is hate. And hate gets spread. And people who spread it are the ones that are responsible for like 99% of the problems in this world. Okay, because they won't just shut up, get in their own fucking life, and mind their own goddamn business. They have to try to fuck with everybody. And the fact that this has to do with money is just another example on how shallow these people are, that they're doing these awful things to collective for $1, $2, $3, whatever it is they're collecting, however slow they're collecting it. It's like, now I'm getting, is that Office Space, that movie where they set it up to take 1 cent from every dollar just for the night, and they end up with like $1 billion because it didn't go the way that they thought. Okay. It's like that. It's like, but on their behalf, they've been taking a cent of every single one of your dollars. And you thought, okay, well, that's, 1 cent of every dollar is like not going to be much, but like 20, 30, 40 years later, yeah, it is. On every single dollar that you've made ever, right? Even if you're set at whatever job that you're at, you're set at, 20, 30, $40 an hour. They're taking 1 cent of every single one of those dollars for 8-10 hours a day. Like, right? It's like, it is going to add up. This shit has added up. And Spirit is like, they can't do this anymore. Maybe this whole, I think the reason why this money card is here, because this is all money coming back around. Okay, this is Office Space, but translated differently, right? It's like what they've done, they've taken a lot more because it to you at the time sounded so small, right? It sounded so small. It sounded like such a small amount because it was then. Okay, now fast forward, there's Krampus. Oh my God, at the Mandarin today, my sister and I, she as soon as we got there and she saw the creme brulee, she's like, creme brulee, and like the same way the lady says it on Krampus. And now Tony Collette, she's in this card. Tony Collette's coming out. Look at this, is her. That's the mother from Krampus too. Okay, so now it's like, okay, Krampus comes in and fucking rips her family apart. And the thing is like, yeah, they look like this great American family with money and because again, people always think that like money is just like, if you have it, it defines your whole life. Okay. And Krampus is there like, no, it doesn't. Your love for your kids defines your whole fucking life. And if you don't want to do that, then, what your paycheck says is not it. So it's almost like your parent. Okay. So maybe this, okay. So I feel like the message with Krampus is something like your parents had you working at a very young age. And every dollar that you made from the work, whether it was in 5D or 3D, they've made 1 cent off of every dollar that you've made since you were a kid. Okay, so it's almost like Spirit has now audited them. You know what? You realize that all these now the states they're auditing all these nonprofit organizations because they know that nonprofit is not nonprofit. People are making a profit off that shit and a huge profit off that shit. Okay, it's the vulnerable that are literally on the posters getting nothing, and it's supposed to be about the ones on the posters. So the reason why Krampus is here now is that these people have lied. Maybe these people have told people that they've been giving you money. Maybe they told people that you have this business and they invested in it, and really they didn't. They have taken money from you every single day. So I don't know if this is something that they're preaching, okay? And now that the universe has evaluated them and then looked really closely at their shit, really closely at their books, okay? And it's not adding up. Again, with these books, okay, this is like a major tax season right now of people getting uncovered for fraud. Huge amounts of fraud. There's the explosion on the bottom of the deck. Okay, that's when the mountain can't take the pressure anymore. Okay, and there's Eric Draven. I mean, he wakes up from a slumber sleep because his spirit can't take it anymore. Okay, his spirit has to come back and avenge what happened, which is why we've got the Sons of Anarchy. Like, that's what they do. They're vigilantes. If the law is not going to do anything about it, then they're going to fucking do something about it. Okay, and there's creepy. What these people have done to your life is massively creepy. Okay, they have done things, said things, stolen things that you didn't even know existed. Okay, the creep level on these people is extreme. Okay, which is why the validation comes through that, like, you're ready to fucking send all these motherfuckers to the grave. Okay, like, seriously, like, and something just like, well, the early grave. No, like, these people have long outstayed their visit here on Earth. Okay, they now have to be taken out. Okay, they're bad people that hurt people. Okay, you think about everybody that Eric kills, not a single one of those people is a good person. Okay, he's not here to kill good people. He's not here to uncover and investigate good people, right? Like, I mean, even with our government, like, I mean, you do your taxes, they're not looking for the small time little businesses that don't have anything. They're looking for the businesses that are claiming they don't have enough, but then are buying all these things. Like, you realize everything you purchase comes with a receipt. It comes with evidence, right? So what this family has done is there is actual physical evidence that you have gotten nothing. Okay. You have gotten nothing. You've had to make everything from scratch. Everything has been made from scratch because they have insisted that the money be theirs and only theirs. That I don't know what this is about, but this is fucked. This is having some type of weird inheritance and somebody taking it and then you like basically living on the streets. Are you going and getting some ridiculous, minimum wage 9-to-5 job and continually working for years and years and years, even though you saw the prophecy that this money was supposed to change your life. This money was supposed to give you the business, was supposed to give you free life, a chance to explore, a chance to be alive. And they went, nope, it's all mine. And that, no wonder somebody is going to fucking lose it. Okay. Again, with this fucking Toni Collette, like there are some bitches that are going to lose it. All right. I just don't know why they're going to lose it, how they're going to lose it. From the looks of it, they are losing things in their life. And that's what's making them physically lose it in general. Right. Because they're losing their minds. Because they're physically being, charged for something now, right? It's like the CRA coming in and doing a little evaluation on the old property there. It says you got a lot of shit this year and your sales last year really weren't that good. So where'd all that money come there, Mr. Flint? Where'd all that money come from there, from this business that you said you didn't have going anymore? There's prophecy again. Like, they really tried to stop something from happening. But luckily for you, the universe wants you to do it so bad, there's lawless in reverse. Like, they broke laws. They broke rules. They did things. They thought, well, no one's ever going to evaluate us. We're the married couple. We look like John and Joe fucking Cleaver. Like, no one's ever going to get us. No one's ever going to figure it out. We look like the Beaver Cleaver family of fucking everything. Look at our kids. Look at our shit. And it's like, I almost feel like now, I mean, the CRA has been targeting people for a long time. I mean, regardless if you have fucking families or not, they don't give a shit about your kids. They don't give a fuck about your wife. Okay. You're the one that added those people into it, not them. And if anything, the more people you add to the family and the less that you put in the books, the dumber you fucking are too. Like, my God. What are we at? 117.38. Let's see this. All right, next message. All right, we have number 15 with fragment, number 44 with playful, number 49 with oath, and then we have listening with 23, and we have belonging with number 41. Okay, so I feel like somebody here in the live has gotten a glimpse of the future. Okay. And I don't know if you're in your 40s, there's a 46. So we've got 46, 44, 49, and 41. Okay. Fours up in here. Okay. I don't know if you're psychic or maybe you're just like starting to use your third eye or something like that, but they're starting to see the future. Okay. And there's something coming up in your future that is really going to be enjoyable. Okay. Like, I don't know, you might, with Oath here, it's like you might, I mean, it's a kitten. So I don't know if you're going to get a pet or something, or I don't know, make an oath in some way to something. Okay. And it's like by making this oath, you're listening to where you want to belong. Okay. Has something to do with a belonging. It has something to do with where you want to be. Okay. It's like when things call you, you know, when land calls you. Like I got called to move to BC. And it didn't last for long, but it was a part of my journey. Okay. It was like the land was calling me. Okay. When things call you, sometimes you can't stop until you get there. Okay. And it doesn't matter how you get there. And it doesn't matter how many roads you go down and what ends up happening along the way. When things call you, they call you. Okay. So I feel like somebody in the collective is getting a calling. Okay. And they have a choice to make because of that calling. Because part of the calling is asking you to have fun. Okay. And leave the burning oath aside. Okay. There's celebration with making plans and the Knight of Wands. Like, I'm serious. Somebody might get married quick. Okay. Or like make a commitment quick. And it's something that, you know, sometimes we do things spare the moment. It's not so much spare the moment as something that you've been thinking about for a while and then you suddenly just do it. Okay. It's like you get the 10 seconds of amazing courage to do something. Okay. Because sometimes when you're scared to do something, it's very hard to initiate an action plan. Okay. If you can't even make the first step, like in order to get to BC, okay, the first thing I started to do was, all right, I have to get rid of everything. So get rid of the couch, get rid of the bed, get rid of the TVs. Okay. And then it was like, okay, now I'll pack for what I need so that I can get rid of the clothes or store the clothes that I can't bring with me. Right. It's like make a list, right? Because we've got making plans here, and it was in reverse because I feel like somebody's making things really hard on themselves. Okay. When they need to be making a list and they need to be writing things down and they're not. Okay. So I feel like the whole point of being is enjoying this is that you make the plans and then allow the universe to unfold, right? The plan is just the blueprint. Okay. You need a blueprint on where to start. And then it helps you along the way. It's just like it's just kind of an itinerary to follow. It's not always going to work that way, but at least sometimes to people having an itinerary makes them feel better about it. Other people, depending on the journey, an itinerary is like the worst thing ever. They need to do spare the moment because they can't plan too far ahead. Okay. Because sometimes planning too far ahead scares people. Okay. So that's why it's like sometimes it has to be spare the moment. It has to be something like, do you want to get a drink now? And then, or you go to a pet store, you're getting something else. You see a kitten there, you leave it. You get into your car and you're like, oh my God, I'm going back to get it. That's the thing. Okay. That's the thing. That's the speedy offer. Okay. It's like something, it passes you by and then you go, okay, I'm turning around. I'm not letting that out of my sight. Okay. Something like that. And then once you get it, right, once you attain it, the world knows that you're listening. Okay, because it wants you to do the spare the moment thing to get the thing that you've always wanted. It's something that's going to really increase your life. It's going to increase your... Okay. I think somebody is really sad. And it's not like they're crying every day, okay? But it's a loneliness, sadness of being, I don't know, alone, or, keeping people at a distance, okay? And maybe because they feel like people are so like hardcore about things, and it has to be this way and it has to be that way, and it's scary. It's like, okay, people have very, very twisted ideas of what other people feel, okay? So it's like, some people might think, okay, you'd be crazy to turn around and get the kitten if you already have 2 cats at home. But in your eyes, you're like, I've always wanted this. It's one more in my life that I need, and you're not going to convince me out of it. It's almost like it can be something like, okay, so there was this one Friends episode, like now I'm jumping way into the future because I did watch it as a kid, but when one of the Friends people thinks that they're pregnant. Okay, but she's not 100% sure. So she takes a pregnancy test, and then she gets another girl to read the test. And she doesn't even know how she feels about it to begin with. And then the girl who reads the results says, no, she's not pregnant. And then Rachel was kind of like, oh, okay. And then started kind of crying and got upset about it. And then I forget which one lied to her, but then they go, okay, no, you actually really are pregnant. And I'm just getting goosebumps all over my body. And she was like, what? Like, I really am? And they're like, now you know how you feel about it, right? Because sometimes when there's the conflict, like somebody might be at a conflict, okay? And think about it this way. If you don't go for something that's right in front of you, okay, if you don't know how you feel about it, then take it out of your life for a second, or have somebody threaten to take it out of your life for a second, and then see if you really want it, because that's usually how you feel. Because if it's a person, okay, and you're like up against this other person, okay, devil upon devil or something, right? And you can honestly say to yourself, like, okay, well, I can't fight for you, and like, to be honest, if you ended up with this person, I would be really happy. Then you can let them go. Then maybe that person's not for you. But then at the same time, when you let people go and they come back, I mean, how can you ignore a dog that keeps coming back to your door? Or how can you ignore the cat that you're feeding that continually stays there every night, right? It's like eventually you might just open up the door, right? Because the thing doesn't want to go anywhere. It wants to stay with you, okay? My sister had this dog, fucking Marlo. I think all my dogs, I don't think a single one of my dogs I've ever had to actually physically keep on a leash, other than my one puppy that my pedophile stepfather actually stole from me, but I've never had to really use a leash with a dog. I mean, unless we're in public or downtown or something like that, walking with cars, because the dog always wants to be beside you, right? The thing that wants to be with you is never going to leave you. There's no reason to confine it or leash it or tell it it can't go anywhere, right? If it wants to be there, it's always just going to be there. If somebody recognizes that as a relationship, like same with, I mean, if you really adopt something that you really don't know, like my sister, when she got her second snake, I kind of asked the guy, because she was a little hesitant about it. I went like, if my sister doesn't bond with the snake, like in a week, like, can we bring it back? Because she was really kind of back and forth about it. And the guy went, okay, like, I know your faces. We had been in there a few times. And he's like, no, like, we're not supposed to take it back. He's like, but I mean, it was like a $500 snake. He was like, I mean, I'll give you, he goes, 6 days. He goes, call me if there's a problem. And he would have let us bring the snake back, because that's the thing, is like, I know people have done that with like, foster care and like something like, some like, because I mean, you really don't know if you're going to mesh with something, if you're really going to get along with something. So it's like, how about a trial run? But that's not really life. Okay. But at the same time, it kind of is life. Okay. So there's loss and sadness. You see, I feel like somebody's sad. Okay. I feel like they're sad. And there's nothing wrong with that. The opening up the part of sadness is because you're ready to leave something behind. Okay? You've healed. You've made paid your debt, and your stalemate now. like maybe somebody was a little messed up. Like like if you're not 100%, and no one's asking you to be at 100% of the time, but it's like, if you're not a good version of yourself, then you're not going to be a good parent, or you're not going to be a good partner. You're not going to be, you're not going to be good for people, right? So you have to get yourself better so then you can be the best person for the people who need you. So then you don't slack off and become an asshole, and leave your priorities and leave them for somebody else to take care of, and take back the dog that you want, but now you don't want to take care of. It's like stuff like that. It's like, you can't just change your mind because something becomes more difficult, right? Because things are always going to be difficult, but there's these huge breaks of time where it's easy and it's fun. And, it just can't always be that way, because life is not always that way. Okay. And some of us are, we have it rougher than other people. Okay. So that's why it's like, I feel like somebody is, you should, if it's you that needs to make the plans for it, then start kind of making the plans to end this stalemate. Okay. To end this conflict of like, somebody's loss and sadness is stopping them from celebrating a win. Like, there's a win coming. Okay. And it's just whether you want to be a part of it or not, right? Whether or not you're ready to leave for that journey, or if you just want to stay where you are, right? Because you're the one that has to decide that, and that has to be the best version. And that's why if you come off playful, right? And that's the thing that I noticed about, my snakes, is that I tried to play with them, and I still do, whenever they're showing that they want to come out, or that they want to be seen, or they want to be held. I try to do that every time. So then they know that they're not a pain in the ass, that I'm not too busy to hang out with them. Like, I got them to hang out with them. Okay, not to just stare at and go, yeah, I have snakes. No. Okay, I got them for companionship. Okay, like people get dogs. All right, and I hang out with them, and I fucking walk around with them on my head, and I clean and I do chores. We have our own little existence. Okay, that's fine with me. That's what I wanted. Okay. And that could be you, or when suddenly the clouds part and something enters my life that wants to be there, then it'd be one of those things that has to make an offer to be there. Okay, like, and that's what it would be if you saw something available in a store. It means it's presenting its offer to you. Okay, if you want to take it, take it. If you don't, then don't. But then there's the 10 of cups or the 9 of cups. I'm telling you, I don't know if someone's going to get married. And the thing is that sometimes looking at marriage is like, some people see it as the old ball and chain. Other people see it as, commitment for life. Like, if that's what you want, that's what you get. Like, you get what you marry, you get what you give. And some people just aren't prepared for it, while other people are preparing for it. Okay. And then they say, well, I don't know if I'm ready. And it's always good to evaluate where you feel like you are mentally, to say if you're ready for something or not ready for something, right? Because then you're being mature about it, right? To actually ask yourself if you're ready for something means I really think that you are ready for it, right? Because normally people wouldn't ask themselves if they were ready for something if they really weren't. They wouldn't ask. They'd be like, yeah, well, I'm not really ready for that. They would say it. The people who ask if they are ready usually are ready. Okay. 132-22. Love those numbers. I am going to leave it at that. My ears are kind of hurting right now. So I feel like all the messages are out. And I feel like my voice is just hurting my head. Maybe it's my walls. Maybe it's my house. Maybe it's my goddamn head. I don't fucking know. But I'm going to call the reading as an ending. Thank you very much for being here. All right. These were very informative readings. If not, sorry, wait for the next live if you want. If not, it's not a big deal. If you want a personal reading, whitneymoonshine@gmail.com. And I would love to have a personal reading with you. If not, just enjoy the chillness of the channel and the freeness of it. I don't take offense to that. And I will be back tomorrow. All right. Everybody have a good night. Big stretch. My back. Oh. Have a good night. Peace out. Only take what resonates. Always remember, these are channel messages from spirit. Anything could happen. Peace out. Word to your mothers.